Let's take a look at the reactive and help desk functionality of FastTrack Solutions. We're looking at the main software and also FastTrack Mobile set up with Chrome looking like a smartphone. If we look at the work monitor, we can see our jobs which are highlighted by their status. We can see the building, the job type, the asset, the status, the work type, who requested it, the service provider, etc. etc. We can also see indicated in orange and red the escalation in jeopardy. If we click on job 33434, we can see the main detail for the job. If we scroll down, we can see the back and forth feedback, the communication logs, the parts that have been assigned to the job, the miscellaneous materials, meaning things we use which aren't in the parts store, and also the labor assignments. Job 33473 is a PPM job in the SFG20 scheme. We can see it's for an asset, which is a Hertz Biomatic boiler in the Bristol building. If we scroll down to the bottom, we can see that asset readings have been recorded, so we can actually analyze the performance of the asset. The readings will give us a trend over time. Now let's create a new job. The customer is Ambercom, the building is the Cardiff headquarters, the work type is air conditioning. We can pick a common problem, a pre-recorded common problem, saying the thermostat is faulty, and we can also add text to it if we want to. So here we're going to say, seems to be worse on Mondays. The software is filled in the user who we're logged in as. Also, it's decided on the service provider because it knows the work type and building, and it tells us when we need to respond, contain and complete. So the job can be created in much less than half a minute. If we look at the work monitor, we can see job 33487. It's requested status because we're in self-service at the moment and somebody needs to check and issue the job. There are the details for the job. Here we're going to say that Patrick Patterson is going to do the work. Save it again. And now we can see that the job has been updated to issued. If we now look at the Google Chrome version of FastTrack Mobile, we synchronize the smartphone with the database. Click on the job 33487. We can see that the engineer has already received the job. Now we'll say that the engineer updates the job to responded to. In other words, he's arrived at the work, and resynchronize. Now if we look at the main work monitor, we'll see that the status has changed to responded to, which is green. With FastTrack Mobile, engineers receive and update jobs wherever they are over the internet. Back to job 33487, assigned to Patrick Patterson of Advanced Air Conditioning. If we now jump to operative assignments, we can see who is doing what and when. So here's Patrick's job. We can also record labor unavailability. So we can see here that Denise Dubois is not available on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, which on the assignments view is shown as a series of X's. If Denise wasn't available today, for instance, we would see the jobs appearing in red, and the software would help us to adjust Denise's work. The software is always monitoring responses and checking that we do them on time. So here we can see the status, which is color-coded, the orange and red for escalation in jeopardy, and the dates and times that we did respond, leading to the question of did we respond on time, giving us the final key performance indicator. So how is this information structured? If we look at the background data in work management, it's on two levels. If we look at work types, Each work type has a default contractor and an allowable time for response, containment and completion. The finer level is called SLA. Here we have the allowable response by work type and building, because they're going to vary between different buildings and different customers. It all leads us to a check on if things are happening on time, and then ultimately, did we actually respond, contain and complete on time? Key performance indicators can take various forms, but here we can see the overall measurement of our responses graphically. First of all, in the reactive timeliness chart, which is by building. We'll go back a bit so we've got a good selection of data. So here we can see against each building whether each job was completed on time, completed late, overdue, or is planned for the future. We have a similar report by contractor or service provider. Again, we'll extend the date range backwards, and we can see for each service provider or contractor whether each job was completed on time, late, overdue, or is planned. So the fast track reactive components automatically track our performance.